Look at this photograph. When we picture Antarctica, we usually imagine exactly this: a pristine, endless landscape made entirely of pure white ice. But flying over the McMurdo dry valleys, that white landscape vanishes. You're looking at a barren, dirt-filled desert that belongs on another planet. In 1911, geologist Thomas Griffith Taylor led an expedition through this valley. His team is seen here, bracing against an incredibly harsh environment. As Taylor trekked past the massive white face of the glacier that now bears his name, he stumbled upon an impossible sight. Look at the base of the ice here. Pouring directly out of the frozen wall was a 5-story waterfall of thick, deep crimson liquid. In an environment where temperatures routinely plunge to -50 degrees, water is expected to be locked in a solid state. Finding a liquid flow at the surface indicates a breakdown in the expected physics of the valley.
Because there was no immediate logical explanation, early explorers and the internet naturally filled in the blanks. Rumors circulated about massive, crushed whales bleeding out from inside the ice, or ancient dark curses meant to keep humans away from the South Pole. We know there are no magic curses or frozen sea monsters, so what specific physical forces are actually allowing a liquid, bleeding waterfall to exist in the middle of a sub-zero desert? To solve this, we have to look past the visible glacier to what scientists mapped deep underground. Beneath the solid mass of Taylor Glacier lies a massive subglacial lake, trapped in total darkness for millions of years and crushed by immense ice pressure. At these depths, temperatures are well below freezing. This pocket should be a solid block of ice. It flows because of hypersalinity. Over millennia, this trapped water absorbed so much salt it became a heavy brine, dramatically lowering its freezing point. Hypersalinity acts as nature's ultimate antifreeze. Proving this mystery relies on extreme chemical adaptation, turning what should be a frozen block into a dynamic, moving fluid system. As the massive weight of the glacier shifts, the subglacial brine constantly grinds against the rocky lakebed. This bedrock is loaded with iron. Over millions of years, that iron is stripped away and dissolves heavily into the brine. Eventually, the immense downward pressure of the glacier finds weak points. It forces this iron-rich brine upwards, squeezing it through microscopic fissures and cracks in the ice until it finally reaches the surface. For millions of years, this iron has been trapped in an oxygen-free void. The exact second this brine hits the outside air, the iron violently reacts with the oxygen and instantly oxidizes. That is the mechanical reality behind blood falls. The glacier isn't bleeding. You are watching highly pressurized, super salty water rusting in real time. When scientists finally understood the chemistry of the rust, they made an assumption. A sub-zero, super salty, oxygen-deprived brine is utterly hostile. They fully expected the water to be completely sterile. Then they put the rusted water under a microscope. Instead of a dead chemical soup, they found a thriving, complex ecosystem of highly active microbes. These extremophiles have no sunlight for photosynthesis and absolutely no oxygen to breathe. To survive, they adapted their biology to essentially breathe the dissolved iron that they scraped from the bedrock. They have existed in this exact pitch-black, frozen state, completely isolated from the rest of the planet, for at least 2 million years. This environment proves that biological life can build a self-sustaining cycle using nothing but raw subterranean geology, surviving entirely independent of the sun or atmosphere. A moment of wonder. This discovery stretches far beyond the borders of Antarctica. The McMurdo dry valleys are so intensely hostile that aerospace engineers actively use the dirt here to test rovers meant for Mars. Blood Falls provides a direct earthly model for what life would face under the ice crusts of Mars, or within the subsurface oceans of Jupiter's moon, Europa. If a complex network of life can sustain itself for millions of years buried beneath a supposedly dead Antarctic glacier, what else is currently hiding in the dark, frozen corners of our solar system? The Earth knows exactly how to keep its secrets in the deep cold, and often the most terrifying illusions hide the most resilient, beautiful scientific truths.